things I'd like to add is not only do we celebrate women in business, we also want to celebrate women professionals, women that are working in businesses that literally are the backbone of the business. You know, I see loads of women who work for other organisations, and they're literally running the company. So we're also here to make sure we raise their profile and also sing their praises. So we're going to start with Irene, and also what I wanted to say, it's also Irene's birthday. So can we just give when I asked her to, you know, when I invited her to come onto the stage at this event, she was like, there was a big silence. I was thinking, what's happened? Does she not like me anymore? Or why would she not come? And then she said, it's my birthday. And I'm so honoured because, you know, for your birthday, you could be doing anything. You could be out in a lovely restaurant, but you're here with all these lovely ladies. So I'm so grateful and really appreciative. So with Irene, could you start the conversation of the panel by telling us a little bit about yourself and also about your business?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much. I'm very honored to be asked. You know, this is such a fantastic venue. I know you hold such great events here. So, you know, I've never had to speak to so many people before. Okay, a little bit about myself. I'm an immigrant. Born in Malaysia, Chinese family. And unfortunately, with the Chinese culture, girls are not valued. And I think there's quite a lot of Asian women here who also feel the same. So my father always said to me, I'm sorry, it's just bad luck. You're born a girl. You're worthless. You know, the best you can hope for is just to marry a rich man. And, you know, that'll be it. But I found I was quite intelligent. I kept winning prizes in school. But, you know, my academic prizes were more than both my brothers put together, but are still worthless. So then I thought, well, I don't think I'm worthless. You know, I'm going to do something to show them, you know, to show them that girls are not worthless. And my grandmother as well, I stayed with her when I was studying A-levels, and she would say things like this to me: baby girls should have been drowned at birth. And then she'll always keep the best food for the boys. And, you know, we always had to eat the leftovers just because we are girls, we're women, you know, we're not worth anything. So I told myself, I'm going to show these people that, you know, girls are worth something. And so I managed to save up some money, came to England with £880. The immigration officer didn't think I had that much money, thought, oh, illegal immigrant, throw her back. So I had to pull out the money to actually prove that, you know, I've actually got some money to support myself. So then in London, I had to take 3 jobs to pay for my school fees, you know, for transport, etc. And it was a very hard slog, but, you know, got through there. And then I couldn't get any interviews because I'm Chinese, didn't have an English name. So every time they saw Yung Sim Sim, foreign name, throw out my CV, etc. So luckily I met a man, English man, and then I married him and took his surname. And then after that, I got a job with Sainsbury's. He always joked to this day, you know, that I was only after the green card. So there at Sainsbury's, I was Chinese, so, you know, people used to yell, chicken chow mein. And, you know, I didn't make much progress there. Then I became pregnant and had a baby, and they said, don't come back if you think that you're going to work part-time, because we don't want women working part-time. So then I quit, especially when my daughter had an injury at nursery. You know, that's one of the very difficult things about women trying to carve a career. We're trying to juggle our families, you know, we're trying to juggle, you know, a career. I mean, I've worked so hard. I wanted to be able to be, you know, a career woman, and but there was my children as well. And I had to put her in nursery when she was only 2.5 months old. And then the nursery managed to dislocate her arm, and she had this arm hanging like this when we went to pick her up. And I was like so distraught. I actually miscarried my second baby because of this. And I thought, no, you know, nothing can be more important than your children. So I quit then and stayed at home. Around that time, my husband was made a partner in his law firm, and things didn't go very well there. And so he was looking at setting up by himself, and he was going, I can't do this by myself. And I said to him, look, I'll be your partner. You don't need anyone else. But he was not certain. So he had an offer from a law firm called Loxton & Wassell. Now, this is a story people should listen to, because in business, you have to be very careful who you choose as a partner. So it looked good. This was a well-established law firm. I think they've been going for 100 years. So they offered my husband, here's a broken down computer, here's a table, here's a desk. This is how we're going to set you up, but we want 2/3 of your profits. And I said, that's a really bad deal. I could buy a better chair, a better desk, and a brand new computer. And I'm not going to, charge him 2/3 of the profits. So I said to him, bad deal, don't do it. Luckily, he listened to me. Within about 3 months, the police were at the door of this law firm. And when this man, the senior partner, saw the police come up to his door, he got out his shotgun, put it to his mouth, this is a true story, and blew his head off. And this is because he had been stealing clients' money to buy his son a Mercedes, his wife a Mercedes. The business was not doing well, but he had basically been stealing clients' money. And when the Solicitors Regulation Authority found out, reported him to the police. So when the police was coming for him, he knew the game was up. But rather than face justice, he just decided to blow his head off. We inherited his files with bits of brain splattered on it.
Wow. That really cheered us all up.
Yes. But you see, if you're in partnership though, yeah, my husband would have been liable to pay back the clients for the money that's stolen, even though he didn't have one single penny. But if you are signed up as a partner, you are equally liable. That's what it means by severally and jointly and severally liable. You're signing up all your money, basically. Doesn't matter if you didn't do the crime, you will pay for the crimes of your partners. So it's very important to choose the right partner in the business. I'll go for a limited company if I were you.
A bit of ethics there. But it did turn out really well though, Irene, because with you behind the backbone of the business, like I say, you've really made sure that you stamped it in the region, really, in terms of Henry Solicitors.
Yeah. So, we had a contract, and this is important as well. You go start a business, get a contract. So when we started ourselves, just my husband and I, and we had a Jamaican paralegal who joined us. So that's my English husband. I'm the Chinese bookkeeper and the Jamaican secretary. So we're well diverse here. And we had a contract with the government to provide legal aid. So year 1, 300,000. Year 2, 600,000. Year 3, 900,000 pounds income. It was like winning the lottery every month. It was great. Then we went into property investment as well. I started buying properties, developing them, renting them out, etc. It provides regular income. So 2 things: get a contract and get regular income in. So if you can survive 6 months, that's really good, But yeah, survive the 6 months and don't spend any money that you don't have. So we only had one house at the beginning. I mortgaged it. I went with HSBC just because the manager took the trouble to come and visit my house and say, oh yeah, that's worth the money. We'll give you the loan to start your business straight away. So, and I said to him, don't worry, Mr. Manager, I will give you back all your money within 6 months. And he went, ha, 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 ha. Well, in 6 months, I returned every single penny. You see,
she's a woman of a word. I tell you what, don't ever cross Irene. She's a woman of a word. Brilliant. So thank you very much, Irene.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the honesty, the real honesty. And I know it might have been a bit longer than perhaps the previous speakers, but sometimes, you know what, it's really important to get that deep understanding. It's there's a facade sometimes. People think it's perfection, but we need to hear the gritty side of things. So I'm also delighted. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we're with Rachel. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about the business.
So I'm Rachel Marchant, and I'm Group Administrator of the Global Freight Group, but it's a role of many hats. Before I start on my story, which isn't quite as dramatic, I'd like to thank Pushpa very much for inviting me. I met Pushpa some years ago now.
She's also been on registration. I'm sure she's been...
Yeah. When I was greeting some of you, I was speaking the truth when I said I was moonlighting. I don't work for Pushpa.
No, I like to rope people into all kinds of things, so thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. But I do organise conferences as part of my role. And funnily enough, I did work for somebody who decided to end their own life in the same way, but it wasn't my fault.
We're not going down that road, are we?
Is that the common factor? No. The Global Freight Group, it's a network of independently owned freight forwarders. We have members all around the world. Pick a country, we've probably got a member there. But what sets us apart is that we offer protected territory rights. So we don't play the numbers game. We don't have 50 freight forwarders in India or 5 in Australia. We give them their own territory and we trust them to do their utmost for all the other members. It's a non-profit organization, so again, we're different from that point of view because we are run by the members for the members. And I'm the sole employee, which is why I do everything from accounting to marketing, social media, news articles, general administration, international collections, setting up and managing conferences abroad, the photography even, hence you see I take photos wherever I go.
And networking.
And networking, yeah. So that's the company. From my own point of view, I love people. I love coming to things like this where you meet such a diversity of people. I go to Pushpa's other events which aren't women only. It's all inclusive for absolutely everybody, which is what everything should be. It shouldn't be questioned. And I think that is the value of these things, that there's so much online, but the truth about relationships is person to person. And that's why I'm very pleased to be a part of this.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
When she talked about the other events, this is probably probably the second time she's been to a Women in Business one. The previous ones were social media, because obviously the bigger limited companies and manufacturers that we have always tend to come to the social media conferences or the digital ones, and it was quite good to actually get crossovers as well. So thank you, Rachel. And then we've got the lovely Hannah Hatfield.
Hello, yeah, thank you for having me today. So my name is Hannah Hatfield. I am the founder and director of a PR and marketing agency called Make More Noise, which is headquartered here in Birmingham. I founded the business myself in 2015 when the agency I worked for actually went into administration. At that time, I had 2 children, who I still do, who were 2 and 4, so they're now 5 and 7. But obviously, they were very young. I was headhunted for multiple roles when the agency went into administration, into other agencies who were competing in the area. But I just felt I could do it better. I'd always worked freelance alongside full-time employment. I'd started to build up my own client base. I'd started to win business for that agency that went into administration. So I just took that business and built Make More Noise myself from there. We are heading towards year 3, and over the past 3 years, we've grown 50% year on year. We now have a team of 5, and we have sort of quite high growth goals for the rest of this year and over the next 2 years.
Fantastic. Right, now the next question is really, how is your business going to help the people in this room? How are you going to help? What do you offer to help the people in this room?
Well, okay, so from one branch, we've got 3 branches now. 2 of them are in Birmingham City Centre near the Hippodrome. You can Google us, etc. Well, we are a high street law firm that offers conveyancing, so we can do your commercial leases. So if you're starting a business, you want new premises, you can come to us. We can do your commercial leases. We can do your residential conveyancing as well if you want to remortgage your house to get the finance to start your business. We also can open a company for you. We can advise on partnership contract, and if it's a bad deal, don't do it, don't sign up, etc. And we can offer business advice. So we also do employment contracts if you're taking on staff. What else do we do?
I think if there's anything you need legal, come and speak to Irene. She's really good. Right, so Rachel, how are you going to help and the benefits of the people in the room?
Well, as freight forwarders, some people aren't familiar with what that phrase really encompasses. So basically, we move stuff around the UK, to Europe, worldwide. If your business is local, we can help you with our UK member. If your business is international, we can help you to wherever you're shipping or wherever you're importing from, air freight, sea freight, road freight. And you might be aware there's actually a railway that runs all the way from Germany right the way across to the far side of China. It's one belt, one road, it's known as, so it's continuous. Eurotunnel, yeah, indeed. So we can handle anything like that. If you're looking to expand your business on an international level, we have people in our member companies who can offer you guidance and get you on the road to actually taking your business to an international level if you have products to move. On a personal level, as Pushpa says, I network a lot. It doesn't always benefit you immediately, but you start meeting people who you might have something in common with that you hadn't realized. And I'm always happy to share contacts, to share information, and any way I can help you, I'm always very happy to, because I think that is part of business, is working together to achieve results, and collaboration is key. So I welcome your inquiries.
Fantastic, thank you, Rachel. And Hannah, how's your business going to help the delegates here today?
Well, as we are a PR and marketing agency, we're used to working with businesses and individuals on their own as well, of all shapes and sizes, from a range of different sectors, both B2B and B2C. We provide services in PR, so if you're looking to increase your profile, we help people with social media management, we help people with email marketing, particularly with sort of the GDPR regulations that have come in. So if anybody has any questions or they just want a bit of advice, I'm more than happy for anyone to email me. I'll give you, if you want us to look at anything, whether your social media profiles or any content that you're putting out, that sort of thing. My email address is hello@makemorenoise.co.uk. That comes straight to me. More than happy to answer any questions.
Fantastic. Thank you, ladies. And can we have a round of applause for our ladies? And thank you so